We're in the 13th century. The Greeks and the Trojans have been at war for 10 years. The Queen of Sparta, Helen, has been kidnapped by the Prince of Troy, Paris. After many failed attempts, the King of Ithaca, Odysseus, concocted a plan that would see the Greeks take the upper hand. It involved cunning, deception, skill, and a horse? Let's find out how the Greeks took back their queen and ended a war. So what's the deal with this horse? To understand the Trojan horse, we need to travel back to around 1200 BCE, to the end of the legendary Trojan War. Now, this wasn't just any war. This was a war between the Greeks and the Trojans, in a city that we now believe was located in what is modern-day Turkey. The story of the Trojan horse comes to us from ancient Greek mythology, particularly from Homer's epic poems like the Iliad and later Virgil's Aeneid. According to the myth, the Greeks and Trojans had been at each other's throats for 10 long years. But it wasn't just the combat that made this war famous. It was the brilliant, albeit sneaky, strategy the Greeks used to finally bring it to an end. It all started with the Greek hero Odysseus. You might know him from the Odyssey, but he was also the brain behind the Trojan horse. According to the myth, after a decade of fruitless siege and countless failed attacks, Odysseus proposed a daring plan to the Greek leaders. Build a massive wooden horse, hollow it out, and hide a group of the best Greek soldiers inside. Then leave the horse at the gates of Troy as a supposed gift, and retreat with the rest of the army. The Trojans, thinking they've won, and that the horse is a peace offering, or a symbol of victory, would bring it inside their city walls. Construction of the horse was no small feat. Ancient texts describe it as a towering wooden structure, large enough to hold dozens of men inside. Skilled carpenters and builders worked tirelessly to create this masterpiece of deception. And so, the Greeks executed their plan to perfection. They left the horse at the city gates and retreated to their ships, making sure to create the illusion of a complete withdrawal. The Trojans, eager to celebrate their perceived victory, brought the horse into their fortified city. They partied hard, and many of them, including the city's leaders, even spent the night celebrating near the horse. As the night wore on, the Greek soldiers hidden inside the horse waited for the cover of darkness. Once the city was quiet, they emerged, sneaked out of the horse, and opened the gates for the rest of the Greek army, who had secretly returned under the cover of night. With the gates open, the Greek forces poured into Troy. The city, now vulnerable and unsuspecting, fell quickly to the Greeks. The once great city of Troy was sacked and ultimately fell, marking the end of the legendary Trojan War. The Trojan horse isn't just a story of ancient warfare. It's a powerful symbol of strategy, deception, and the clever use of psychological warfare. It shows us that sometimes victory comes not from brute strength, but from outsmarting your opponent. I hope you enjoyed this dive into the legendary Trojan horse. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode. And hey, let us know in the comments, what historical event or myth would you like us to cover next? Until next time, stay curious.